everyone. This is Tex. Hope you're having an awesome day. Today's talk is going to be about change, not about you changing per se, but people's obsession with changing other people. There we go. So this came about because of several situations. One situation in particular, somebody was asking about the whole dating process, and we was talking about the fact that they were now dating this individual, and what it come down to is they said, well, when this person they're dating goes out with their friends, goes out with other people, does other things, they notice that, from the pictures that they see that are being posted, that the person dresses a little promiscuous, in their opinion, a little bit too flashy, a little bit too much flesh or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. And now remember, how you dress is an opinion. Yeah, you can carry it to an extreme, but for the most part, whether you dress, a little too sexy or sexy enough, I mean, that gets complicated. Put all that aside for a minute. The actual question was, to me, I'm like, do they dress different with you than they do when they go out with their friends? No. Do you complain when they go out with you? No. So when they go out with their friends, you want them to wear, potato sacks and ugly clothes. And the person's like, well, no. I'm like, well, if it's good enough to wear when they're out with you, why is it not good enough to wear when they're just hanging out with their friends? Person had to think about it for a minute. And I said, furthermore, I said, did this person dress this way when you met them? Yes. Here we come to the crux of it. We meet somebody, we like them, and then we want them to change. I think there was even some play that was going around, I love you, you're perfect, now change. And if I got that wrong, I'm sorry, but the premise is still there. The idea that you meet someone and you immediately go about trying to make them different than who they are, which means that you really didn't like who you met. You liked your ideal image of them that you could flip them into. Now, where else in our world does this come up? The workplace a lot. A lot of times as a supervisor or manager, instead of finding out where your employees excel in and then helping them excel better, we immediately set about trying to get them to change and do tasks that they don't excel in. Now, I understand in business there's some give and takes, and a lot of jobs do require you to do several tasks, and helping you improve in the task that you have to do for your job set to make you better overall. I totally get. Where I do see there is a problem is a lot of times people will go out of their way to try to force individuals that are working under them to perform in ways or do tasks that they not only weren't hired for, but that they don't want to do. And they're actually very good at a different task. Instead of letting them perform the task they are and finding a way to maximize returns out of that, it's something in us that wants to dictate and control those people around us and make them change to do what we want to do. And that's why I always ask, when you're in the middle of these things that we do, and I laugh because I hear these phrases, I'm looking out for you. I'm going to help you. I'm doing you a favor. I run and hide because I know somebody's fixing to stick it to me. When I see it going on in the workplace, I go, are you really doing these things to help the other person, or is it something you're getting out of it? In other words, are you trying to get the person to do your job task? Are you trying to get them to make your life easier? And it has nothing really to do about that person. It has to do with what you want, and you're trying to convince them to do those things so that they fit your idea of what you want or who you want them to be or whatever. So again, it's a case of asking a lot of questions and going, what is the purpose of you getting them to change? And you see that in families and in friend group. In a friend group, people will try to change the other person. That's one thing if you want to change to fit into a group. It's another when your friends, I put those air quotes up there, try to force you into changing to be like they want you to be. Then that's the same as the dating issue. They don't necessarily care about you. They care about what they think they can make you. And it also comes into the idea of power and control over other people. Sometimes people are trying to change others around them just so that they can prove they can do it. Sometimes it's about making them change so that they feel comfortable with themselves. Because let's be for real, a lot of times the person that's trying to push the change wants people to do things the way they see it should be done so they can feel comfortable with who they are and they feel that other people agree with them. So instead of finding a group of people that they fit in with, they try to make the group fit them so they can feel better about their place. Now, these are just some of the examples of where you see this going on. Again, I'm saying this with a caveat. There's always room for change, and change is going to occur whether you like it or not. These are all things I've talked about in other videos. Putting it all together, though, I have to ask, when you're trying to force change on others, like with the dating thing, forcing someone to look, dress, or act different to please you, to make you happy, what's that about? If you didn't like the way they dressed when you met them, why are you trying to force them to change? Why, and then, I got the whole, well, it's this whole thing about trust and all that. And I'm like, so are you telling me that if somebody wears ugly clothes, they're going to be faithful? And if they wear pretty clothes, sexy clothes, flashy clothes, they're just automatically going to cheat? I mean, you've solved the fidelity problem. Oh my gosh. It's all about clothes. Or is it something deeper? Is it more about your feelings and your insecurities when you're trying to force change on others? Again, keep pulling you back. If the person asks to help change, if somebody comes to you and says, I'm having problems with the way I am, help me change. That's different than you see someone, oh my gosh, we're back into the drama triangle. We're going to rescue somebody that we see as a victim. We pinpoint them, push them into victimhood, then we swoop in and we're going to rescue them so they'll be so grateful for us because we made them better. Yeah, drama triangle again. And if you haven't seen that one, flick over and watch that one. It's interesting. And if they don't change the way we want, we slide from rescuer into persecutor and we beat them down until they're grateful for our rescue. All right. So that's a short one. I'm just going to leave it there today. I want you to think about that, though. If you're busy trying to change your partner, if you're busy trying to change the people that you work with or that work for you, ask yourself the deeper question. What is it that you're trying to accomplish? And the methods you're using, not only are they effective, but is it even worth it? And is there a better way to go about things? Think it through, figure it out, and I hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.